If worse comes to worse, you can threaten to throw the trident into the sea. Then they'll listen. In the meantime, it will be well guarded. Better than the Oracle herself.
Understood.
So she was literally in this building.
Remember, you'll be under Imperial watch.
Right.
Think of it as a necessary evil in order to forge the Covenant.
I am in your debt.
Once it's over, you may go as you please. But you do so without our protection.
So be it.
You'd better get going. Your public is waiting for you.
Why is she so evil? These guys are such stooges. Why are they pointing guns at her? Like, they know she's powerful, but, like, she has to walk out of the room. Like, what are they doing?
Knocked. You in position?
Yep.
Don't forget the plan.
You guys too?
Of course.
She's definitely the most interesting character. I wish we saw more of her. She's by far the coolest character.
Crowd. Like the whole
She's the one we want to see more of, but we never see any of her. Why is it silent?
Dear friends, I stand before you today. With little hope the words I speak shall reach beyond these walls.
Feels like this should be a
For
cutscene,
slowly, but surely,
not an
the
in-game
light
cutscene.
fades from our world, and as it does, the shadows shall loom ever longer until all succumbs to the darkness. Darkness that evokes terror, hatred, and sorrow in the hearts of men. The ashes of Lucis. A dream of peace, twisted into a nightmare of death and destruction, claiming innumerable lives and leaving myriad souls to suffer.
Luna.
Yet I beg you, do not surrender to despair. Have faith, for our gods watch over us. By their blessings, by the stars that light the heavens above, our world will be delivered from the perils of the dark. I stand before you here in Altissia to call upon Leviathan, goddess of the seas, spirit of the deep. By the sacred rite, I will commune with the Hydrian. But first, I offer you my solemn vow. On my honor as Oracle, I will not rest until the darkness is banished from our world and the light is restored. Bless you all.
It's a shame that that was in engine. I feel like with more time, they could have made that, you know. Because, like, Noctis, like, had a tear, and it like zoomed in on all the area. Like that could have been a really cool if they had actually had the time to make it a really crazy high quality cutscene. You do really feel the lack of dev time with this game because, I mean, just think about the past games like Final Fantasy X, Final Fantasy 13. Every time there was some big emotional moment that was built up, it was always a big bombastic cutscene. I mean, just think about all the cutscenes in 10. Every single character, when you see him for the first time, cutscene. Big moment with Yuna, cutscene. Big moment with Titus, cutscene. Big moment with Sin, cutscene. Big moment with Titus and Yuna, cutscene. The wedding, cutscene. Like, here it's like everything's an engine. Part of it's probably because they were making the real movie. I mean, like I said, a lot to do with the fact that it was in development hell, but a lot of it has to do with the fact that they had so many other projects, the movie and the mobile game and everything that they wanted to release all at once. Again, it goes back to what I said before. They should have just focused on making a good game first and then make all the complementary content. But because they wanted to do it all at once, I feel like the game really suffered. And a lot of this is just in-engine, standing around talking, you know.
Knocked. The Empire's here.
But we're getting to the climax, and I do remember the climax
On
being
the board.
pretty
For a
epic.
vantage point to approach them.
Okay, look after the citizens.
We got them covered. So, it begins.
We got them covered. There's a huge group around me. Do you have them covered? Man, so many load screens too.
It is I, Luna Freya, blood of the Oracle. Goddess of the seas, I beseech you, enter into this covenant that the king might reclaim the stone.
That's Leviathan, guys, in case you didn't know. Just in case you were unaware. Make sure we get that pop-up on the screen.
I do.
Knocked. The Hydra has awoken.
Civilians?
Almost there. We'll join you when we're done. The Empire has the Hydra surrounded. Hurry, Knocked.
I'm on it.
Then the right's already begun.
Most likely.
Time to lend the Hydra in a hand.
What's this guy doing? Just walking around?
Let's do this.
She couldn't call Leviathan on her own. We gotta get our fishing rod out and catch him. Matrix. This is fun.
I know what you must know. That the King of Kings is to drive the darkness from our star. It is in receiving mercy that men offer praise, and in shedding grace that the gods solicit worship. I vow, the king will prove himself worthy.
Knocked. Prompto's headed your way.
But what about you guys?
We'll wait below. There's only room for two.
Knocked! Jump!
What?
No time for questions!
Man. What was this?
New ride we borrowed from the Nifs.
This will get us in close. Serious?
Here she comes!
I got this.
I'll get as close as I can.
Alright, that was that fight,
All right.
apparently.
Hey, nice job finding us, baby.
The moment I saw her, I knew we'd go places. Not again!
Not making this easy.
Not!
I mean, it is pretty easy though. I'm just holding square.
Don't let
Hey,
go!
heads up!
Knocked! Can you reach?
That was cool though. Your request.
I need your power! So the only way you'll help me is if I take you down?
Whee! I have no idea what I'm doing. I fly now? God, this song though. Kind of sounds Pirates of the Caribbean-y.
Now, about that ring. On second thought, you let him have it. And do remind him about the crystal. Oh, Prince, your bride awaits!
I will pass the ring to the rightful king.
Look, she's fine.
When the prophecy is fulfilled, all enthralled to darkness shall know peace.
How sweet. But please, Lady Lunafreya. You first.
So why couldn't she do that before? I guess. Holding down, lock down, and lock on and circle. Not really sure what else to do here. Let's go and ratchet. Like, it would be cool if this new power gave me like new mechanics, but I'm just really flashy now and I'm still holding down circle. I can teleport around. That's kind of neat. Yeah, it's really just for the spectacle, which the spectacle is pretty spectacular. This is what I remember the most from this game, is this fight. But I remember it being... I remember there being more to it than just pushing circle, but... Why is there a big invisible wall there? Why can't I go this way? It's fine, but Leviathan went that way. I should be able to go that way. Maybe not. Yeah. No, that's fair. Bosses do be going out of bounds all the time. I mean, I think this looks great. I just wish there was more to the fight. I'm just holding circle. Every once in a while he makes me press circle. I think I got hit. Didn't do any damage, but I got hit. Gotta admit, circle is one of the best buttons to hold. True. How's it going, Mav? I like that we're like cutting off each part of him. I wish I could like switch weapons and like mess around, but like there's less mechanics in this fight than a normal fight. I can't even like change equipment. Also, this is kind of a nitpick, but I kind of wish the numbers were higher. For all this epicness, I'm doing like less damage than I normally do in fights. We're like 80 damage, 100 damage, 400 damage. They could have exaggerated it for this one fight. Had me doing like 8,000 damage or something. Yeah. Give Leviathan like 1,000,000 HP and make me do like goofy damage. Yeah, are we sure that she got stabbed? Because she's like... Superwoman. I mean that in a good way, not like a bad way.
Noctis?
I'm telling you, the kid scenes, they look so good.
So, you found your way here?
If only the whole game looked like this.
And you found me? A chance to see you once more. Who would have thought?
Well, what do you mean? Why wouldn't you see me?
Because my prayers have been answered. My calling fulfilled.
But that doesn't have to come between us.
You are the one, Noctis. The stars shine for you now. That which is yours by right shall be restored to you. Do you remember the flowers of Tenebrae? It seems so long ago. You'll find they await you still, blooming from hill to vale.
Will you be there?
Would that I could join you. But this moment will have to be enough.
It's not right. All I wanted was to save you.
When the world falls down around you and hope is lost. When you find yourself alone amid a lightless place. Look to the distance. Know that I am there. And that I watch over you always. Farewell, dear Noctis.
Back with us. I'll tell the others. Though it may take a bit.
You're hurt.
Ah, small sacrifice in the greater battle.
And Luna?
She has passed. Umbra left that for you.
Mission complete. Man, I remember now why this is my favorite part of the game. Like, holy cow, is that scene so freaking good. Wow. And it sucks because, like, it feels so unearned. Like, that moment when he was like, well, there was the line where he said, all I wanted to do was save you. That was really good. But I actually like the line before that even better. Well, okay, he said, all I wanted to do was save you. He said, will you be there? Which was like really sad the way he said that. But what was the line he said before that? Shoot, what was it? What was the first thing he said? Oh, it doesn't have to come between me and you, or something to that degree. Something about that, like, man, the way he said that, the inflection is, again, the whoever did the voice acting for the kids, soul S tier. The way that he said that, like, it doesn't have to come between me and you, like, just trying to fight the fate, like, that was so good. But yeah, like, man, it's such a shame, dude, because when the budget is there, when the thought is there, when the effort is put in, which apparently is just during the kid scenes, man, there was something special there. There really was. That whole scene was incredible. But again, it feels so unearned because, like, it just felt like he didn't give a crap till just then. If we had had some emotional moments, like, imagine if when we got to Altissa, the group started fighting. You know, Noct was like, we gotta go, we gotta save her. And the party was like, listen, I know you want to save her, but, like, we gotta talk to the woman, we gotta figure out what's going on, we gotta prepare for the Empire. And he was like, no, screw you guys. Like, we gotta go, we gotta save her. This is the whole reason, this is my only reason for living right now, is to save her. My dad's dead, my kingdom is destroyed, like, this is all I have is her, we have to save her. And, you know, there was some, like, tension between the party, right? And then we get to the part where he finally gets to her after all this time, and then the guy that's been watching us this entire time and helping us this entire time stabs her right in front of us, right? And then she uses her last bit of strength to finally give us the, which is weird because why didn't she just do that before? But she uses her final strength to give us the blessing. Or I think what would have been even better is if there was some kind of dialogue between them where, like, he ran up to her and was like, don't die. And then she was like, I'm going to use the last of my strength to give you the power because you have to defeat Leviathan. And he was like, no, don't do it. Use it to save yourself. And she was like, this is more important. This is what I was born to do. This is what I was brought, you know, my whole life. I've been the Oracle. It was all for this. I'm going to give you the power. And then he's like, no. And then she pushes him away or something so that she can do it. And she, like, sacrifices herself to give him the power. And then he's forced to use the power to beat Leviathan. Something like that. So there's, like, a reason as to why that was the moment, right? Then he defeats Leviathan. Then he has this moment where he flashbacks to when they were kids, and then that moment plays out. Like, imagine how amazing that would have been. It would have been so much more earned, and we really would have felt it so much more. Instead, the only real emotion we're feeling here is the emotion of, like, the kid scenes building up to this. What we saw in the kid scenes makes us feel emotional when we see him say that in that scene. But imagine if we also had the rest of it included and actually, like, built up to it with the adult characters. Like, that could have been one of the most awesome scenes, and it still was. It still was one of the better scenes I've seen. Definitely my favorite scene in the game. You know, like, that was still awesome even without that, but man, it could have been so much better. And if the scenes of her giving her speech was actually a real cutscene, and, like, Noctis crying in the crowd was, like, not just a very quick bloop on his face that was, like, barely rendered, but like we really zoomed in on that and made it like epic. Like it could have been so much better than it was. And then I really like what they did with the moment afterwards. And I know that this continues to build after this, and it's probably maybe my favorite theme in this game is like the aftermath of this. I really like how they do this. And I don't remember exactly everything that happens, but I love how they do this like big build up to the moment where Noctis gets his power. But then the fallout is felt, you know, for a while. Like the whole rest of the game practically is like depressing from what I remember. He has the power, he has the ring, he can finally defeat the Empire, but at what cost, right? Luna's dead, Ignis is hurt, it's sad, they can't ever, like the friendship can never be the same now. And like that moment where the guys walk past him and it's playing that sad music and then he like gets up and goes with them, but none of them feel right about it. Like that was a great, it feels like for this moment, they finally understood what they had. The whole rest of the game, it feels like they don't understand what they have. They have this great thing with these 4 characters that all love each other and are protecting each other, and they never really utilize it. But here it finally feels like they're utilizing it. They're finally using this relationship to tell the story and how like now they can't bond in the same way that they were. Noctis is ruined, Ignis is injured, Prompto and Gladiolus don't know what to do. Like there's this great tension now that can build, but it feels like they're just now finally taking advantage of it. I wish it had been taken advantage of before this. But I love the idea behind this. Like this, if I hadn't already played the rest of the game, I would be uber excited for this moment. I'd be like, I cannot wait to see where this goes. How are they gonna be friends again? How are they gonna be able to defend Noctis being in the situation they're in? What is Noctis gonna do now that he has the ring, but at what cost? Is he gonna fight the Empire? Like there's so many great questions here that I feel like we haven't had up to this point. Up to this point, it's just been go save Luna. And like, there's been no questions. There's been no stakes. There's been no, and the characters are so like nonchalant about everything. And it's just, we'll get there when we get there. We're going to save her, whatever. Other than the very quick moment where the kingdom was attacked and the king was killed, there's just been no stakes. There's been no like, you know, tension. Now we have it. Now we finally have it. Now we have all these questions we want answered. We have this big tension. We have this huge moment, you know? So this is by far the best part of the game. This is where I feel like they could have taken this and run. And yeah, I'd have a lot of complaints about the start of the game. But if the rest of the game was like this and they were able to pull this through and make it interesting for the rest of the game, this could have been something truly special. From what I remember, that doesn't really happen. Like, from what I remember, there's some cool moments, and Arden definitely gets a lot better from here on out. But I don't, you know, I remember it kind of being downhill from here, at least from my personal recollection. So we'll see how it goes. But I got to give the game credit. In this moment, it's really shining. In this moment, all of the ideas they had really hit big. And like I said, if I hadn't played the rest of the game up to this point, I would be so excited right now to see what happens next. I would be on the edge of my seat, like, what's going to happen, you know? So, got to give it big credit. What the? And then all the tension is broken because I'm looking at these goofy pictures. Wow. Remember that time Prompto's head got clipped inside a table? Why can't we just have nice things? Why can't we just have a moment of enjoying the game? Why? We're back. We're back, boys. We're back to the goofiness. What? Are you serious? Share this masterpiece with the world. No. What is this? What is this? Wait, this is the serious moment where they're... Oh my god. What are we... Like, why? I'm okay with Noctis being goofy, but why are we in the office? Why is she... What? This is like during the conversation... What? What is this? Are you serious? What? I'm genuinely flabbergasted by this picture. What? Oh my. And then what is happening? What? These are the craziest pictures. What? What? Oh my god, I can't. His hand giving the peace sign out of the wall. Oh my god. This is unreal. I just... That I... Actually unreal. What more can you say? I mean, the game had to have known. It had to have known this is the finale of Fantathon. Because I've never seen... I mean, I don't remember any of my pictures being that ridiculous. It knew. It knew. It knew the timing was right. The timing is right. The game is self-aware. The game is self-aware. To be fair, though, don't even have pictures at that point, okay? Let the moment sit for a bit without giving us pictures, you know? Let the moment breathe. Come on. Have some self-control, Square.
So,
have some restraint.
We're gonna roll through Tenebrae.
Not before visiting the royal tomb at Cartanico.
You're sure you're up to that?
The wounds have mended. Eyesight's a matter of time.
What the hell is wrong with you?
What?
We're not stopping in Tenebrae. You need to grow up and get over it.
I am over it. I'm here, aren't I?
Maybe when you're not too busy moping, you can look around and give a shit about someone worse off than you.
Let go of me.
How's that ring fit you? You rather carry it around than wear it? She gave her life so you could do your duty, not so you could sit around feeling sorry for yourself.
You don't think I know that?
You don't! Ignis took one for you too. And for what?
Enough, Gladio.
You think you're a king, but you're a coward.
Shut up! Don't do this! I get it, all right? I get it!
Then get a grip. Pull your head out of your ass already.
Knocked!
Leave him.
This is the good stuff. This is it. Where was this the whole game? Bro, seriously, like, I gotta stand up. That was the most fire scene. I've been waiting the whole game for that. The whole game, I've been waiting for that. That was incredible. Props, claps all around. That was amazing. That's what I've been waiting for the entire game. And what a perfect time to do it. You know, after all that, we have that sad scene where they're like, we don't know how to interact. And then we get on the train where we're forced to sit next to each other, and it boils over. Noctis pushing him away, actually getting the emotion in his voice. Don't you think I know that? You know, like, man, that was amazing. Actually, Impromptu, you know, saying to Ignis, like, do you think you can handle that? But like the way he said it, he was like, do you think you can handle that? Like he's trying to get the point across without being mean. And then GLaDOS just walks in. He's like, I don't care about being mean. I'm going to tell him what's up. Like, man, that was so good. That was so good. I wish this was here before. I mean, man. And I mean, obviously not to that degree, but I wish there was some of it. We had the scene with Noct and GLaDOS earlier with Titan, but that was like it. Man, that was so good. One thing I was thinking about when, during that scene, do you guys think that it would have been better if we saw Ignis take the hit? Because I do feel like there's a bit of a disconnect. We don't actually understand what happened with Ignis. He said that he took a shot for him, but like, it's a bit too disconnected for me because he took a shot for him, but like how? Was it just he was helping the people escape and took a shot? Because he made it sound like he took a shot directly for Noctis. He didn't really. He was saving the people. He was helping in the general sense, but like, I think it would have been cooler if there was actually a moment where Ignis straight up saved Noctis, you know? And then it would be more frustrating for GLaDOS to see Noctis sitting there. Because he said, like, you should have more empathy for someone that has it worse off than you. But I feel like there'd be more passion there if, like, we actually saw Ignis save Noctis. Or even, maybe he doesn't save Noctis, but at least seeing the thing happen. If Noctis had looked over... Like, there should have been a moment during the Leviathan fight where he looked over and saw Ignis and Prompto fighting and saw Ignis get shot or something, you know? That would have been, like, way back. Then at least he could have seen it, you know, and we could have seen it. But again, it all feels like they had to cut so many corners, and it's such a shame because now we're starting to get to the moments where I really do see what they were going for, and I feel like it could have been great. It just feels like they had to cut too many corners, man. Like there's just too many. And again, it goes back to what I was saying before. I think they just put too much on their plate. They tried to make it too much, you know. But yeah, it's a shame because I really do see a lot of the potential of what they were going for. I really do, especially in this point here, you know. Maybe I personally wouldn't have been as big of a fan as other people. Maybe just because of the game in general or whatever, but like, I really see what they were going for, and I really like some of the themes we have here. And the theme of like the party fighting, really fighting, is something that hasn't really been explored in the games before this. You have like disagreements with the Final Fantasy 13 party, disagreements with the Final Fantasy 8 party. Like there's disagreements and like maybe they split up for a bit or whatever, but never to this degree. Never what it feels like genuinely like they are at each other's throats and anything could happen, you know? And it has this added pressure of like, we need these characters. Well, in this game, we don't really need them, but we need these characters to help fight the fights. Like we need their help. Especially with Ignis being injured, I remember playing this for the first time and being like, wait, can I not use Ignis anymore? You know? I really like his ability where he heals the whole party. I hope I don't lose that, you know? So, like, there's these added stakes to, like, the actual person playing the game, too. It genuinely is. There's genuinely a lot of great ideas. And we're finally starting to see some of them pan out. What's the point of walking around the train? Wait. checking? Emergency stop. Smack it. Whack it. Yeah, I mean, like I said at the beginning, I'm not a huge fan of the idea of having, like, the bros. I prefer the classic strangers coming together to defeat darkness idea. But it's stuff like this that sells me on the idea. It's stuff like this that makes me feel like they really had something going. They really had, you know, if this had been the whole game, I really would have been sold on it. You know? I really see what they were going for. And those moments of them getting it right are really awesome. How? Okay, that's actually the answer. I was going to say, how long has it been that it's already in the news, but it says, despite falling unconscious for several days. That's kind of cool. I like how we didn't know how long time had been unless we checked that thing. That's a cool little detail. That's the good stuff, you know? That's the good stuff. When the cutscenes don't give you every single meticulous detail, and instead you can kind of pick it up from other things. Because that detail's not important to, like, understand the story, but it's a cool detail to find. That's how you do it right.
I wasn't looking at anyone.
Give us the details we need to know in the cutscene, and then sprinkle in everything else for those that want to find it. Did it? I might have missed it. I might have been looking at chat.
In the wake of the Tide Mother's wrath, the government of Accordo has declared a state of national emergency.
On behalf of the nation,
When he woke up in the bed? I'm not sure. They might have said it after that.
the towering
I'll have to go back and look.
swept over Altisha, left great destruction in their wake. It will take time to rebuild our lives. That said, the damage done to our fair capital would have been far more severe were it not for the aid of the king and the oracle.
First Secretary
But we're not talking about the several weeks
the
later.
government would continue its search for Lady Luna Freya.
We're talking about when he
Her
was
whereabouts remain
unconscious.
unknown.
Let's just pretend like it didn't, because I was saying positive things. We'll just pretend like it didn't. Yeah, think of the gift of sub to Evil Cloud. Thank you. And to Astro Sweeper. Thank you, thank you.
Actually, it's my first time.
It's gorgeous. I have no doubt you'll love it there.
You want to head to the dining car?
So you can feast your eyes on that other girl.
Give me a break. I'm just hungry is all.
Anything in Cartanica worth stopping?
I like this song.
Doubt it. I won't be there long enough to find out.
How much longer till we get there?
Do the glasses help at all?
Where'd Gladilo go?